Good enough YouTube. This is Crazy Summaries, anyone here bringing you guys another video. Today I'm bringing you guys a video on Power Rangers Beast Morphers, and this will be regarding episodes 6 through 8. Yeah, so we finally got details on episodes 6 through 8. Episode 5's information was released earlier this week, but episode 6 through 8 got information today during Power Rangers Beast Morphers episode 4's release. So as far as what we got the titles for episodes 6 through 8, and we got the summaries for episodes 6 and 7. We didn't get the summary for episode 8 yet, but we'll probably get that very soon. So let me get started by discussing episode 6. And we also know the dates for all these episodes. Keep that in mind as well. That's the other thing I forgot to mention. All 3 of these episodes, we know when they're going to release. So episode 6 is called Hangar Heist. And the and the date of its release is April 13th. So that is a week after episode 5. So there's no gap right there, which is good. The description says, Nate develops new technology from a captured Gigadrone, and Devin struggles with fully trusting his team. Interesting. So again, Devin has shown already in the second episode that he is really like the leader, basically, and so he has this trouble with trusting his team. It could have something to do with maybe they get into a battle and what happens is that he hoped that they would protect him or work with him, but maybe they fight or something else happens, but we don't really know, hard to say. Nate developing technology from Gigadrones, I'm curious as to what that technology will be used for. Will it lead to a new weapon? Will it lead to something else that could be very useful in the story? How is that going to work? Also, from what I know, they haven't really shown them ever taking any of the parts from the Gigadrone, so that is something to note as well, that clearly they must be onto something if they're taking stuff from them, and I just wonder what it will be used for in the end. But again, we have to wait and see. So pretty interesting there. And the title doesn't say a whole lot necessarily. Hangar Heist, so obviously some theft or something might be happening. I don't know for sure though, but that's kind of where I'm seeing this going, but we'll have to wait and see. Okay, episode 7. Episode 7 is called A Friend Indeed. Okay, so A Friend Indeed, different kind of title. Usually you see A Friend in Need, which I think we've actually had an episode called that or something. I don't remember now. And it's going to release April 20th, so a week later. And the description says, Evox targets the Beast Bots to stop the Rangers from forming their Megazord. So, most likely what this implies is that by episode 7, we should already see the Megazord. More likely than not, it will be in episode 5 or 6. We'll be seeing the Megazord finally make its debut. I don't know for sure which one of these episodes it will happen, but clearly when the Megazord is finally formed, it's going to make it much harder for the villains to deal with the Rangers, because they'll be much stronger than them using the individual Zords like they've been using so far. And that's normal in general. When you form a Megazord, you're much stronger than when you have the individual Zords in battle. That's just standard logic, Now, as far as things go, that is a smart tactic. I'm curious as to how they're going to do that to the Beast Bots and what will happen with them. Will they be given a virus? Will they turn evil? How will that work? I'm curious about what that really means. But it should be interesting, and it's also good to see that the Beast Bots will actually get some focus in that episode, so that's nice to see. And obviously episode 6 is focused on, I guess, Devin, which is good. Now, episode 8, we do not know the description for it, but we know the name of the episode and the date it's releasing. So the episode is called Cybergate Opens, and the date for the episode is April 27th, so that's a week later. So in other words, by the end of April, hypothetically, the spring half of Power Rangers Beast Morphers may be over. We do not know for sure though. Now, as far as what my opinions of this title is, this could lead to what I'm kind of hoping might happen, which is that Cybergate Opens. It sort of sounds like this might be the episode where maybe Evox turns into his monster form, but I don't know for sure. Again, this is not something I could say for a fact, but the title kind of makes me think that might be the case, just because of the fact that, he's trying to escape from the cyber universe that they're in, where the avatars are. So I would imagine that if, based on this title, this could be when he actually breaks free and becomes his monster form finally. Maybe not. Maybe we'll have to wait a little longer, but this does sound like it could be that. So something I'm definitely looking forward to seeing, and I'm looking forward to finding out whether or not that is true or not. Otherwise, I would say I'm pretty happy with these summaries and the title so far. I'm interested to see where things will go from here. As for whether or not I think that this will be the hiatus point by April 27th, after that point, I do think it's very possible, just because the episode title does kind of give me the impression that it will probably lead to something big like that. So if that is the case, then yeah, I think that at that point they'll probably start the hiatus. But is it possible that they can go on for a few more episodes? Sure. I just don't know. I mean, in the past, they've always stopped at episode 8 and then returned back in the fall to continue the rest of the season. But again, it's Hasbro. We don't know what they're going to do. They may try something different. So until we know more, I don't know what to say. And again, it still may be like a 16-week a period of time where we're waiting, like we've had in the past, which is which is about 4 months, and 4 months, if we're talking about that, that's like the end of August, so that's pretty standard. And again, it's a little better just because we're ending in August. We're ending in late April, which means that the hiatus won't feel as long necessarily, but it will still feel long, because it is a lot of time, and it will create a bit of a problem because of the fact that when you go from having episode after episode and then stopping, we've always had this history of issues coming where people don't realize it's back on TV and ratings go down. So hopefully that issue isn't too severe this time, but we'll have to wait and see. Otherwise, that's about it for me, guys. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you guys think. Are you guys interested in these next couple episodes? Do you think that episode 8 will be the hiatus point, or do you think we will see a few more episodes before the spring half of the season is over? My money's on it will probably start the spring hiatus, but at the same time, if they do more, I'm not going to complain. Otherwise, that's what it for me, guys. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. So until then, guys, I'm Crazy Samurai 71. Goodbye.